to you all for tuning into Pan-African Television. My name is Ivy Abnadidinakita. You do know that this show is Constituency Connect, yes, the most popular show here in Africa. Apparently, Constituency Connect is the most popular and watched show here in Africa. Ivan. All right, so don't forget that, as usual, the phone number when activated is 0302908718, 0302908718. You can also send in your thoughts, your comments to the number 0260846539, 0260846539. Today we are focusing on the Okaikwei South constituency in the Greater Accra region. Yes, Kaneshie. When we talk of Okaikwei South, that is Kaneshie and its environs. And as usual, I'm doing this with my colleague, Ivan Bans. Ivan, tell us what we are doing for this evening.
Once again, good evening to all the people within the various constituencies, 255 constituencies in this country. And of course, welcome to Constituency Connect, your most authoritative parliamentary elections, command TV platform across Africa, like Ivy intimated. So today we're taking you straight to the Okaikwei constituency. Yeah. And like you clearly intimated, people within the areas of Kaneshie, industrial area, Awudome and Veno area. So this is the constituency we are talking about. So make sure you do tune in and share with us your thoughts and comments on the WhatsApp number 0260846539, 0260846539. Now, Ivy, over the weekend we were in the Okaikwei South constituency. We were in Kaneshie, we were in Bubuashe, we were in Aveno, we were in Awudome as well. And we obviously, as usual, we interacted with some audience and some constituents and residents within this constituencies and obviously within this electoral areas. And we spoke to them about their plight and their challenges, and they also spoke to us back. And clearly, they mentioned certain things that it's not auguring well for them within the constituency. You could clearly hear the bitterness in all that they were saying. And I feel it's worth, showing the people, within this country what the people of Okaikwei South are going through. I mean, there's been some, promises by, the member of parliament and past members of parliament and all that. But yet still, it pretty much looks like these challenges are still, persistent within this community, this constituency. And so today we'll be having an interaction around that. And let us not forget, we'll be having an interaction with one gentleman who is also aspiring to become the parliamentary candidate of the Okaikwei South constituency, representing the New Patriotic Party, NPP. And so we'll be interacting with him pretty shortly as the time goes on as well. So basically that's what we have for you and our audience today on Constituency Connect. Okay,
so you do know that you're still tuned into Pan-African Television. This is Constituency Connect. We go for this quick break, and please do stay with us if you can.
Honey, I'm home. I have a surprise.
No. Yeah, I'm so feeling some yoga. Hey, I'm the ultimate. Minipia, obey my way in a sweater. When I'm a bit of my wedding, Mr. Q.
She say me a beman kasankasa.
Nichinamina's one casa. Ankasa.
She said it here.
We back and then it's strong enough.
Back up and say,
or backward, no one which
Mr. Wasimia, with your wap, one man.
Hey, I can't wear it. Near more.
At Tufonko Kulun Ghana Limited, our East Legon, a Champion Junction, for 0244 139 176.
Mr. Q, we are Cuba.
It's incredible! Bang on target!
Hello?
Oh, see, that sound.
Okay, why? Hey, my wife comes and send a message you. Your office is going to free. Hello? I didn't know Kosu. Oh, what's happened?
It's a chunk who will be a quiet say what? I dare say,
Miss I found a friend. I'm so young. My wife is not testing messages here. And our office also. I'm still like Diana. She says, I'm
I mean, him so we a guy manu, and may young who could look cry. And also wants a family drilling company limited for Kana.
what's it name? Family Dwelling Company Limited.
Ye two borehole, biofuel, biogas, swimming pool, plumbing works in Naso, ye be, Frey 0240 333 111 and NASA 0244 144 822.
Me and Pa and Net. You want to do me see? Me want to. Me will be here. Family dwelling now. Family dwelling. Me out with
Welcome back from that quick break. If you just tuned in, you haven't missed anything. You haven't missed anything. Actually, the show just got started. Don't forget that, please. We would want you to send in your comments, your questions to 0260846539, 0260846539. Ivan, today we are looking at the Okaikwei South constituency. Any comment?
I mean, Ivy, clearly history has told us that Okaikwei South constituency has about 8 electoral areas, and if you permit me, I would want to list the electoral areas that are very much visible within the Okaikwei South constituency. We have the Kaneshi electoral area, we have the Bubuashe, or pretty much the Bubi electoral area, we have the Goten electoral area, we have the Katasen electoral area, we have the Mukose electoral area. The names are a bit strange though, but Mukose electoral area, we have the Aveno electoral area, we have the Awudome electoral area, and clearly it's an MPP dominated constituency. Over the past few years now, during election, it's been the MPP over MPP over MPP winning that seat, and so we can come to a conclusion that it's an MPP electoral area. The opponents or the opposition within the various, political party are trying their possible best to win power, but yet still it happens to be an MPP electoral area as well. And as we visited the place too, there were a plethora of challenges that the people brought to our fore. They spoke about the fact that there's poor drainage system, poor road networking. Their roads were in a deplorable state, and they were calling on leadership to come to their aid and help, as it were, fix the road and all that. Some roads have started. They've started work on certain roads and all that, but largely you can see that is just a little over the huge or the large roads that residents are expected them to. I personally was in the Aveno electoral area, and it was extremely sad. You could see that the gutters were choked with refuse and all that, and clearly anytime it rains, it gets flooded and all that, So these are some of the things, and it's worth noting that the Okaikwei South constituency shares boundaries with the Okaikwei North to the north, and also the Osuklole yes, to the south, Ablekuma Central to the west, and the Ayawaso West to the east. So it pretty much looks like the Okaikwei South constituency happens to fall within the middle of all these boundaries. Okay,
Ivan, let's look at sanitation. We know that Kaneshi Market, Neoplan Lorry Station, and the North Industrial Area, they are all effective centers of activities here in the Greater Accra region. Definitely, they are going to produce waste products. Let's look at sanitation in the Okaikwei South constituency.
Sanitation is also one of the major problems that we encountered when we got to the Okaikwei South constituency. I happened to speak to one woman who happens to be the chairman of the Kaneshi electoral area, and he personally drew my attention to the the waste in the Kaneshie market. You know, the Okaikwei South Constituency has the new plant station within that constituency, has the Kaneshie Lorry Park within that constituency, and has also the Kaneshie market also within the constituency. Personally, and our camera guys, we went to the Kaneshie market and we saw it for ourselves. And I mean, surprisingly, when we got there, that was the very day the people or the waste management team had come to collect or clear all the refuse that had, I mean, become full and had actually, you know, fallen on the ground and all that. Okay, but when we got there, still, even as at the time that the refuse or the waste had been, you know, cleared, still we could see a lot of refuse on the floor and all that. So it pretty much looks like the education about sanitation is not going down with going down well with the people within that constituency, and something has to be done about it.
I think that Ghanaians per se, we are not like following the sanitation bylaws in this country, because almost all constituencies, there are sanitation challenges in almost all of our constituencies.
Right.
You get it. So that is the reason why we always have cases of flood and all of that.
For me, like I always say that
Ivan,
I have a different, you know, school of thought. Okay, you see, in as much as all the time we hold leadership accountable for some of these, you know, deferment or, you know, as it were, problems or developmental challenges within this constituency, largely we can blame the citizenry or the populace or the people within the specific jurisdiction we are talking about. Okay, clearly the government or leadership would not come and put pure water rubber in the gutter or leave it on the floor. So I believe that if education should go down well with the citizenry or the people living within the constituency, we won't be here talking about sanitation, because we need to educate ourselves to know that, listen, the refuse or the sanitation or the refuse that we produce or the waste that we produce, if not dumped into an appropriate, you know, place, and we try to just leave it around within the streets, within the gutters, it will go, and at the end of the day, it will come back to affect us, because when our gutters get choked and when it rains and our place gets flooded, it will affect us. It's not going to affect the government.
So we should all adhere to sanitation bylaws in this country. I think it's very, very important. But let's look at the health aspect of sanitation in this country. It's a very serious situation, like cholera and all of that stuff, including flood.
Even coronavirus,
flooding in this country.
We are being asked to adhere to, you know, the preventive measures. And clearly one of them is, you know, keeping good hygiene. You know, we can't have good hygiene when our surroundings is you know, engulfed with filth. Okay,
Ivan, I think let's not talk much. Let's go to the Okaikwei South constituency and see what is happening. We'll return back to the studio shortly.
This is still Constituency Connect right here on Pan-African Television. My name is Ivan Vance, and we are currently inside the Kaneshie electoral area under the Okaikwei South Municipality or Constituency, if you want to say it. And I'm here to interact with one lady who's going to be talking to us about some of the challenges that the constituency or the residents here are being confronted with. But welcome to
your family now, Chicha Ankra. Me a unit committee chair or Kandeshi Electoral area.
Unit chairperson committee Okaikwei Central and a Kandeshi electoral area. Okay, all right. Sena usayen we ni opinion I say inti or how and I said what are some of the problems more facing our constituency and I said this very area that is Kandeshi electoral area.
Problem I face is like area hono ye wo cemetery bi wo ho a ye siesie ahemfo ne nyama wo ho pa chon han and na second so I say road bi da cemetery nim but ya block road no girls no boys no we ni nyama the course wo ho no to be honest enye fine kra second so road na ida ho no omo ye copot omo ye adwane wo road no so omo ton adwane wo ho se na omo ye ho no enye fine na second so ye wo market ebe he ya owa o pese me cha metumi akọche ho second so ye wo market wo ye area ho market no uremu a bola egu ho no bon se bola no gu ho bebre nkrofo to
Kandeshi market in the higher o
cho ha wo ye no ya nkrofo to adwane wo ho na bola no gu ho wo mu ana ya besisa wo be 3 days 2 days na asa ba bebre ni nya your how second so to a ye wo baby wo ye ho like ye area ho down ho nso no tumi konkrofo dem mu yiso mo yi yo mo nyama ye wo problem Kandeshi ya problems wa ha pa nyese mdada your problems wa ha.
But earlier on, yeah, because I'm making point. We say more market now. I say bola no aye honey amma. Me as a journalist, my journey is different. If I say bola hono, because we say, I ye person penny for about more aid, no better boamo, or how mo face what I say. Na se penifo na ba de bia day in and day out number boam na still ankasa mo ankasa as human beings and I say mo ankasa as citizens na mo amoti area I say so mo take any deliberate effort to also as it were control some of the issues and our problems I say na it goes a long way to affect the citizen anytime because market na wo ho no enye penifo na ebe ye hofin omo mo ton ade wo ho omo mo kodi dwa wo ho omo na mo yehofin because obeto suo wo market nim we just from we be dwa body e de banche because o ton be e run we just go from we beto we no just go from ade na mankasa mo take deliberate effort say okay ye yes ade mo nua awia ye ankasa ye be prapra na say run na ego because you see obia embassy samamo because anya aban na ana say assembly ana say MP no na odi run na begu wo mo as citizens na mo ti area ase ana say mo as constituents no ana say residents no amuwo Kandeshi electoral area has say under the Okaikwei South constituency no mo na mo ye hofin oh bi ka fam
the Okai no mo yapa but one say yeah Kandeshi electoral area no me say me ni baby I say ball a desbin bi see American say bia like fear for omuko two ball egumu so what I say me see me who say bi si baby there na me boa I said their car na nusu se be na ewo mo na wasa eden ababa ku ewo mo na wasa baba ku entamba so what I say na market no so omo stop say ma obi nfa bola enfini fie enkogu bola ewo market no this a market for baby omo prapra no nyama na say and enfa ngo
na first na for prapra mo fia bola no mo di market
omo di market so but say ya stop sa nyama ne nya enti I say car no na obesisa and every month now I be collect this card but onu so be na on bebiom ewo mo ba wan na ba pie ba ko ewo mo na ba wo mo na ba pie
your one responsibility say obe make sure say ball no ana ball car no ana say ball a car na say ball no aba say ball no market one responsibility
and you dey mean to me nchiremo.
Okay, but obviously assembly the member of parliament no omo na more direct what do you call it rule and I say omo na mo share constituency has so more inform me omo and I say more inform me assemblyman no and I say more leadership our community has say or how say na mo come into omo mbra mo and I say mo fe mbo ambembra mo.
It's okay. I say market no enye say like baller no mo sisa but say na etumi ye bebre me problem say na etumi ye bebre ye ton adwane wo ho ansa na ye sisa no eno na ye me problem what dey amenche na say one say adwane na ye ton adwane na ni pedi so what I say enti enye say baller ni dustbin so yo enye say bola no nyama more than dustbin no na ngu fom nyina sa e baba is because edwan aye to ho na problem.
Well, here, this is Bubi electoral area. We are in Bubi Ashi. That's Okaikwei South Constituency. I'm a member. I've been here for the past 40 years. And I think our problem here is like this. See a lot of things happening. The young ones are around, but there's no work. Anytime there's election, you know, the MPP will always win, but no development. You have to talk, keep on shouting and all of that, but we don't get anything from them. Our MP is Amadata. At the moment, we don't know where he is. I think he's around Kaneshi or so, but we don't know what is happening.
Yeah, what our me yegma but in so to hanwa I will be antimi cross wa I can't me for her anyina yamma on the trek kwa sia na foforo Ghana scan e dia we edua we sia to ba ku 6 million to fi South Africa edua we masa edua ba ku 6 million from South Africa kwa ya wie no wo ha da bia na be 1 week na robot for na ba say e clear ha on the omaye gravel no no ma afa shovel near the level na ni pasa teacher so na sa juri aba ni nyina Ghana scan o mo say no ba yentimi nka we o ma be susu ade caterpillar be sia se o mo ba be ye o ma sa be fa caterpillar na sa de ko enti de ha ye wo ha no no de ha ye wo ha pa ha esu to a obi ani na ntwie wo ha yi masa gota we nyina ye mama kwa 20 ntom wo ha anipa 20 fa ha anipa ntimi fa ha ha nyina timi ye ma ha nyina timi ye ma ama sa de sa nyina akwa we nyina timi bloko
Premier Ghanaian woman. You know what I've been at a Glote station. Me kaum opinion for no. I trust me pass one. You te hatcha. By MPs or more Bahabi consequence. But I made outer buy and the area yeah side but other side no mum na mentinka maybe say we be more omodia mentinka and I have been have so problems be brave or even ko aviona inside toilet bag kurampo ni the whole avenue and you need even school kurampo
for you and so how want to me fa without you how go school you be anything can happen nti ombo mo no modern pan no say he na na to amba na so want man be bibia we a the obaba nurse no so eba try eba so no so ahwe nti asem kakra eba kan na politician e one e pe bi obaba ya bu na kan understand each other
Ahmed Atta, I am a member of parliament for some time now. Osha, why ye Juma to why there some why mamo to warrant a new term?
Inside on born money say obayamo so pe vote dia got us one young coconut ma got a cassia
how got away yeah assemblyman and the dinkrofo tinamu no the camera si omusu e ya dia we me nimba bi odi sa camera ne ko pictures ne ko omo the shovel any kwe bare ne be yes adia we wa ono anka assemblyman na kasa ono ada omusu atuma na we need this time ono bi no be yes adia o ka ho ono ne nkrofo ono de nkrofo bae got away say efri ase e ko main got anu e si o inside ha omo de adia simu aka o free ha aka ko main got anu be si nse so omo betum e de akọ no omo nye but omo be ye bibi adia we obo ye no be si me si eye witness ye wo ha o di camera si omo su atwitwa omo ti ahipo no de kokọ jisika wotumi ho o pa je so ensuto a o be ko bi aha ka anfa ha me we say ka anfa ho aha ni na yiri ye tumi ntra ha so that is our issue and inside han nyina no benifo ba ha mo we wo han nyina ya de a o hwe a enye right but benifo no ba say omo di bi che omo ye den still mo wo ha utwa ho ti ase you to a work and go nyina sent wo nyina nti ha there is a lot of issue over here so nti benifo so mbo tinyaka na to appropriate contest no mbo tinya ba hwe nye ha wo ha na mo ko ye de to ba nka
as you heard it for yourself. Like I said, this is this also happens to be part of the Okaikwei South Constituency, and as the residents
as the residents, bitterly spoke about. This was done some few years ago or some time back, and the assembly together with some leadership came here to as it were create this, and it ends over there, and anytime it rains, it gets choked due to the waste materials that are here. It gets into the gutter and it gets choked, and so when it rains, this whole place gets flooded, and it's a worry situation for them, and so they are calling on the leadership, the assembly, together with the member of parliament, to come to their aid and obviously see to an end to this devastating problem they are facing in the Okaikwei South constituency, to be precise, Aveno, and this is the station, transformer station.
She said voting time said do Obasaba or Bahakra won't vote Grand and Sanka. Obia no Besa votaman or Abu. One Juni Pong. Baby, since voting in Ama votaman, sir. Or Tomo Akron was a month for Crombotia. Yes, we are a votaman of Anabaha. Or Tomo Cromba one vote your pride, Obia, Pollock down, Obia Pony, MP, or Ombam, so be assembly, or Nimsa Nipa Crompotia. Mbio beba beba votaman ba nya me data there one day ya free na chide dada.
Well, so that was the Okaikwei South constituency, and you watched and heard for yourself what the people complained about. This, I think, almost every constituency is worried about poor road network, unemployment, sanitation issues, and all of that sort. And so don't forget that you can send in your comments on 026084659, 026084659. Please send in your questions to our guest for this evening. Ivan.
Yes.
So before we went for the video break, I think we were discussing sanitation in this country. I'm much concerned about that for this evening, because it's become like everyday something in our country, that anywhere you go, you see refuse being heaped up. Ivan, don't you think that it's high time? Last time I was saying that I think we should introduce this. Before, we used to call them tankers.
Tankers.
Ivan, do you remember tankers? Yes, that they'll be visiting homes by homes to be checking if people are abiding.
Town council.
Then we our parents used to say tankers.
I mean, you can understand them.
But don't you think that they should be visiting various areas to be checking if people are abiding by the rules?
And I will make this suggestion. If leadership would take this into account, I think it would help us. You see, all the time, our boss, Kwame Sudan, the host of Morning Show, tells us that, listen, the people out there, the younger ones who do not have employment, right, who are just walking around the streets, selling jackknives and stuff like that on the street, okay, they are army in waiting. Okay, so I'm of the view that each member of parliament, okay, can look at the people within the constituencies who are not even employed, or even government at large who are not employed, okay, try to get some of these people who are, like I said, unemployed, and fuse them, like you said, town council, create some avenue for these people. Probably they can be the town council we are talking about. Go homes to home to check this sanitation stuff like that. Okay, make sure that people are doing the needful, make sure people are doing the right thing and all that. And I think it will go a long way to support us and to help the country as whole, not just the constituency.
Okay, Ivan. Okay, so I think we should go and watch the profile of our guest for this evening. We'll return shortly.
Parliamentary candidate for Okaikwei South constituency in the Greater Accra region of Ghana. The public relations practitioner, publisher, culturalist and writer attended Achimota College. He later proceeded to the University of Albany in New York and majored in rhetoric and communication. A dyed-in-the-wool politician who once served as Eastern Regional Secretary of the ruling New Patriotic Party, which was birthed in 1992. He currently chairs the National Theatre's Board of Directors. Nana Fredua Jimanufuriata is an aspiring parliamentary candidate for Okaikwei South Constituency in the Greater Accra region of Ghana. The public relations practitioner, publisher, culturalist, and writer attended Achimota College. He later proceeded to the University of Albany in New York and majored in rhetoric and communication. A dyed-in-the-wool politician who once served as Eastern Regional Secretary of the ruling New Patriotic Party, which was birthed in 1992. He currently chairs the National Theatre's Board of Directors.
That quick commercial break. If you just joined, this is still Constituency Connect right here on Pan-African Television. My name is Ivan Vance. Like the phone lines have been activated, and you can call in. The test line are also active. You can share with us your thoughts and comments on the WhatsApp number 0260846539, 0260846539, and we'll gladly read it out to you. We are streaming live on Facebook at Pan-African Television, and of course on YouTube at Pan-African Television. Like I intimated earlier on, we have a guest in the studio. We'll be interacting with him about generally about the Okaikwei South constituency and what the way forward is. And so my guest in the studio is Nana Fredua Ofori-Attah Agyeman, who is the parliamentary aspirant for the Okaikwei South constituency, representing the New Patriotic Party. You're most welcome to Constituency Connect.
Are you sure it's me you want to greet? Because that's not my name.
Oh, Nana Fredua Agyeman.
Still not my name.
Nana Fredua Ofori-Attah Agyeman.
Still not my name.
Oh, you can help us with the name.
My name is Nana Fredua Agyeman Ofori-Attah.
Okay, Nana Fredua Agyeman Ofori-Attah.
Yeah.
You're most welcome to Constituency Connect.
Thank you, my brother.
All right.
You know, a name is the one property that's always yours, even when you're dead.
Very true. Very true.
So it's important that you don't identify me with somebody else.
That's right. It's important that we put it in the right way. All right. So, Nana, you are aspiring to become the parliamentary candidate representing the New Patriotic Party of the Okaikwei South constituency. Largely, I want to know, how are the people within the constituency receiving you, and how is the campaign going so far?
Well, if you don't mind my starting with a comment, a small correction. I was listening to you and the pretty lady co-host of it. And in your presentation, there were two names for two electoral areas you couldn't pronounce well. Gontain.
Okay, Gontain.
Not Gonten.
Gontain.
And Kanchia.
No, Kanchia. Gontain, Kanchia.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the correction, Nana.
My privilege. You can pay the money when we close. And then, then the next thing is, if you were in the primaries, don't forget that the NPP, the arrangement of the NPP is such that for what is called orphan constituencies, the elections have been held already. So they're not in primaries anymore. They're heading for the general election. For the constituencies where the seat is an NPP seat, like you rightly noticed in your report, we are now going into primaries. So the primary focus of the primaries, obviously, are those who are entitled to vote. And that's not the whole constituency. It's the delegates. The delegates are those who are assigned per the NPP constitution to vote on matters of this nature. And therefore, those include the polling station executives, a certain number of council of elders, and a certain number of council of patrons, and of course, the constituency executives, and also a few other selected leaders within the constituency. They form the electorate who we must impress with our campaign our message, whatever, and hopefully whoever succeeds gets to move on. So then out of that, we're supposed to go to the general public. That's when, if for example you lived in that constituency and vote there, or even you don't even have to live there, you're supposed to be able to vote there. Typically you vote there because you live there, but some people move but still have their votes there, so you have to be able to vote there. Then we face you in the general election.
Okay.
So yes, on that score, I'm doing my best to reach out to the electorate who are going to vote in the primaries. I'm trying hard to let them understand who I am and what I'm preparing to offer and how I propose to offer it. Right. So for me, that's what we're doing now.
Okay, so now real quick, let's look at what are some of the, what are the basic needs of the people living in the Okaikwei South constituency. Then we can link into the manifesto that you have tabled to serve the people of Okaikwei South.
Very good. Well, first of all, let's create another context. Who is a parliamentarian? And therefore, what is that parliamentarian's primary responsibility? And then on that basis, we establish what can be done by a parliamentarian and what can't be done. A parliamentarian's primary role is to go look at legislation, bills and what have you, and negotiate that on behalf of the people for the state. And that's what a parliamentarian does. So if the government brings something that it deems important to be law, or once it's signed off by parliament becomes law and then the president endorses it, then parliamentarians debate it. And in that debate, then the needs of the people, because that's why you are the representative of the people. All of the 30 million Ghanaians cannot go and sit in any one room and negotiate a bill. So they send people to represent them. So Nana Freddy of Royata seeks to represent the people of Okaikwei South in Parliament, so that when issues come up, then it also becomes, but what would you go and do? As far as I know, for example, one of the things you highlighted, and very, very, very important, I was born in that constituency. Sure. Sanitation, big issue. So clearly, I would make it an issue of lobbying for that type of thing to be taken care of, which means now you need, I listened to your small discussion with the lady, and you were concerned about the people causing the filth. Sure. Very true angle. So how do we try and figure that out and fix it into a situation where law prevails, so that we can now make the place clean? And so sanitation is important. My proposals to the delegates and therefore to the constituency takes care of that. It deals with that in a certain way. I'll explain later. For me, education. You're going to ask, the schools are already there, so what's your problem? As far as I'm concerned, you want to make sure that the schools are not just structures, but they're institutions that stand there to make sure that the children or students of that constituency excel. And so if within our law structures and what have you, there is something that is lacking, I want to fight for that. It's the same with our health facilities. I'm interested in looking at how youth develop. Are the systems that government is putting in place, policies that they're putting in place, structures or institutions that exist, are the young people of Okaikwei South, and therefore by extension Ghana, benefiting from it? If not, why? If so, how can we make sure that every single one of them has access? The fact that you have access doesn't mean you want it. You had access to a whole lot of TV stations. You chose to work at TV Africa. That's the point.
Pan-African TV.
Pan-African TV, forgive me. So that's the story. Thing is to bring access to the young people. So how do you do that? Those are the kinds of things that I'm offering. There are quite a few things that need to be done. So you need to be a voice for the constituency and a voice for, in our case, government, because our party is in office and God willing it to stay in office. And so the good things that the government is doing must be explained and brought to the people, get them to have access to the information. And that's what I believe a parliamentarian is responsible for in that whole spectrum of legislative work.
Right. Okay, so before we look at your manifesto, I mean, to details, let me ask this. No, you highlighted some problems, you rightly mentioned, highlighted some problems like sanitation issues within the Okaikwei South constituency. You spoke about education.
A big thing you talked about was roads. Very crucial.
Yes.
You highlighted that.
Roads as well.
Yeah.
Roads as well.
And it's important to state that the Akufo-Addo government has made this year a year of roads. In spite of COVID, roads are being done. So I'm sure you noticed that a lot of the roads are working. But there's a whole lot more
to be done.
Yes, there's no dispute about
so
that.
I'm asking this in relation to the fact that would you say that for the past 4 years leadership have done enough within the constituency?
I'm not. My campaign is not to worry about that. It's about what have people learned such that they can see what I'm offering into the future. Because when I start doing that, I'm going to be busy trying to attack the sitting MP. That's not my interest.
Because the reason why I asked that because when I interacted with one man within the constituency who pretty much looks a bit older and had lived in the constituency, spoke about the fact that this is an MPP-dominated constituency. But anytime we vote for the MPP, they come in and they tell us what they're going to do. And yet still they do not do what they're supposed to do.
When I go and sit with that man, first of all, he'll tell you that, let's try this man and see. And then in 4 years' time, God willing, when I've been made MP, he'll tell you that his changes. Yes, because of what I'm offering. You see, what I'm offering, if you notice, I said that our primary focus now are the delegates.
Right.
My proposals to them satisfies them and transcends them into the constituency. And so it responds to that man's problem. If he knew, for example, exactly what the government is doing and was brought to understand what's going on, he'll understand when his problems will be solved. So he'll know that, yes, this one, it can be solved now. This one, we need to give it 2 years. This one, we can go and fight because there's no reason why it shouldn't have been solved.
Are you not worried that he is not even attacking the persona or the person involved, but largely the party, because he says that for
that's what I'm saying.
He's not dealing with individualism.
Very good, and I'm telling you that that's what I'm going to get him to understand. I'm going to show him that this is a strategy that I'm bringing in to meet his demand. You understand? He requires information. Right. He requires an appreciation. For example, he'll tell you that the roads haven't been done. Good argument. Now the roads are being done. It hasn't reached his because it's a process. It's a matter of funding, but it is a policy. So he needs to be made to understand that. And then after that, you make sure that you go and lobby along with all the other resources to make sure that his roads get done as well as soon as possible.
Now talk of what you are bringing on board. Let's quickly look at your manifesto promises that you have put out there.
Right.
First of all, you spoke about the fact that there's going to be women empowerment project. Their strength is our future. I believe in empowering the woman. How are you going to make sure this project, happens? And of course, look at the sustainability of this project.
First of all, let me put this in context, if you don't mind. There are two things that have generated these 6. In fact, they're about to be 7.
Okay.
They're going to be 7. There are 6 now.
All right.
But we're adding one more.
Okay.
These 7 points that were 1, the vision, direction, and achievement of the Akufo-Addo government. 2, the experience of Nana Fredia and the vision as well.
Okay. So it's a combination of these two.
Yes, because I'm riding on. I campaigned for Nana Akufo-Addo to become president. And what he's achieving is what I prayed for. And he's doing it. I have to make sure that people get that benefit. If they feel they're not getting it, it is my responsibility to bring that to them. So I must bring it to them. Okay. And I'm going to be able to do that based on the experience that I have. And the fact that I envisage a situation where we will attain the kind of Ghana that Nana Akufo-Addo also envisages and beyond.
Right.
On that basis, we pick women's empowerment. If you listen to the president closely on a lot of his policies, he focuses on women. Right now, on record, I think he's the one president who has had the most women in one government position or the other. It was a manifesto pledge.
I think this time we have about 37 women representing Parliament in the House.
You know, and I'm talking about all the institutions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then, if you look at his personal record, if you remember, in 2008, before he chose Alhaji Bawumia, there was a rumor that he even wanted a woman as vice president. It's his record. And there's a good reason for it. You know, all men will know and admit, if it isn't for your mother, your wife, your girl, or your sister, you have an issue sometimes.
That's true.
When you're hot, they are the ones who are. So when they are empowered, you're safe. If you're a husband, when your wife is strong, you're safe. You're able to focus on work and whatever it is to make sure that the home is strong. So you empower the women. So in our instance, we're focusing on empowering the women financially, not by giving them money, but capitalizing on what they have capacity to do. And notice what I said earlier. I said that we're relying on what the Akufo-Addo government is doing. So it's not like I'm going to now create some kind of new company. No, that's not my responsibility. That's not what an MP does. I'm bringing them the things that will make them strong, as the president envisages and is doing across Ghana. Okaikwei South women aren't seeing that. That's what I'm offering them, that they're going to see that. So we're already meeting them and putting them together and explaining to them and giving them a hint of what we mean by women empowerment. So when we say their strength is our future, when a woman is strong, Dr. Agri, of Achimota School, and it's not Achimota College. It's not Achimota College, it's Achimota School.
Not Achimota College.
Yeah. Agri says that what? When you empower, when you educate a woman, you educate a nation. Can you imagine when you empower a woman?
I believe in that very policy that you're trying to.
So that's one.
That's one. I believe in this very one. You see, but there's one thing, implementing it and people rallying along it, and there's the other thing, people also believing in it. Because clearly there are lots of men out there who do not even understand women empowerment in the first place. They believe that women's position is in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And
but this is not the time to worry about that. This policy is not to combat men. It is to empower women. So on this particular policy, you focus on bringing the women together, giving them their strengths, and helping them with direction through the policies of government. So when Nana Akufo-Addo tells you that Maslock, he wants 50% of Maslock facilities to go towards women. The other 50%, women also get a portion of that. That's a positive thing. How do you make women access that, or any other facilities like that, or any other policies and programs like that? That's what we're talking about. That's what we would wish. You're representing the people, therefore you must be an advocate for them. Yes.
Now let's look at two. Youth go grow. I love the slogan. Our future will be brighter.
Yes.
Yes. Let's punch more on that.
Well, youth go grow is, I'm trying to broken each other. You know how things for make things happen.
It will happen.
So they for grow. The youth for grow. Yeah. So that's what it is. Youth go grow.
So how are you looking at
Which means, and if you notice, it is a positive, definite statement that they will grow.
They have to.
Yes. What does that mean? One of the things I've recognized is that when you talk to them, they tell you, what's going on, blah blah. Then you say, what do you want? Me no tao. What exactly? Then there's an issue, and it's not their fault. I'm not about to blame them. I'm interested then in saying, okay, but you've committed yourself to wanting something to happen, so let's work with that. Now again, Nana Akufo-Addo has youth policies going on. It's happening. Facilities are being created. Opportunities are being created. How will the youth of Okaikwei South benefit? Youth go grow. We'll make sure it happens. Once we secure that, and again, this is not some strange thing from the sky, and it is not beyond what a parliamentarian should be able to do. If you know how to rally people around to participate in this and make it happen, it's not difficult.
Okay, so clearly, youth go grow. It makes us understand that. I mean, if you want the educational,
education,
you can get it.
skills development,
get it.
even psychological development. We're looking at sports. I mean, a whole host of things. And I'm not saying that I'm the one who is going to, for example, put up a sports stadium. That's not the job of a parliamentarian. I'm saying that there's policy that you go and negotiate. The president, is for a good reason that the president comes to parliament to give the state of the nation. And in there, he tells you the policies he wants to execute. So when you found out, you take that information to the people. That's why they sent you to represent them.
Then again, we have a lot of members of parliament within this country who go on the campaign field or campaign ground and clearly advocate to the fact that vote for me. When I come to power, I'll build schools for you. I'll construct.
Luckily, Nana Freddy hasn't made that pledge. You can ask the people, the delegates, and I can tell you, I've not.
So I've enough experience. Rules or responsibility.
That one I can't pass judgment. You want to put me on the spot? It's not my place to discuss.
No, not putting you on. No, it's just worrying.
But it's not my place to discuss that. It's my place to tell you what I am trying to do based on my experience. Right. You understand? Right. Yeah. It's not my place. I'm not about to.
So people of Okaikwei South, if you're watching us right now, make sure you send in your comments, your thoughts, and about this whole conversation that we are having. If you are agreeing to what Anafedra is saying, I mean, make sure you send in your comments, and we'll gladly read.
Not only that, when they agree, they should go and lobby the delegates for me. The delegates have the power.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah.
That's true. Now let's look at the third one. Okaikwei South Business Roundtable. What do you mean by Okaikwei South Business Roundtable?
Okay, so that's where we're going to add another one. The original idea was to take care of those men who get left out of the Women Empowerment Project and the Youth Go Grow Project. So now what happens to them? Because they're saying that if you take, for example, the definition of youth, it ends at 40. Within political party structures is 40. National is 35. United Nations is 25. But so you work with 40. So what happens to the men who are 41 and older? You know what I'm saying? Now, so we have a bracket for those who have their businesses, and then we have a bracket that we recognize that not everybody is into business and not everybody would be interested in creating their own business. So we also need to have a policy that takes care of men. So we're coming up with that one as well. But primarily that's what this was. Now, Okaikwei South is an industrial constituency.
That I can
North industrial area,
yes,
is there. Now, as you were trying to point out during your discussion, the borders come from Abeka Junction down to Nkrumah, Dubai, the flyover and New Plan Station. Then you go up the road to Obechebi Lamte, and then you go up towards Atiko Junction, you know, around that neighborhood and go up. So that whole enclave. Now go in there and take North Industrial Area and look at the businesses there. Then come into the rest of the communities and look at the micro, small and medium scale businesses there as well. I mean, we're just surrounded, and they must all be considered and appreciated. And in our case, we're looking at every aspect of business, and so we will look at that, because there must be a mouthpiece for those businesses. When you talk about sanitation, they choke. The businesses, they choke. So somebody must speak for them.
That's true.
So if I'm going to be representing the people, I must represent business there too. Well, because when the business thrives, the constituents benefit. They benefit either from being owners of the business themselves, or employing people there, or offering their services to the people there. And so we must be able to put it. So the Business Roundtable brings business people together to consider all of that.
Okay, so now let's take some messages that have come in from Ivy. Ivy's on standby to let us have the messages that have come in. Ivy, take it over.
Yes, Ivy, thank you very much. And so the messages are many, but I'll try and read some few of them. Hi, Ivan. I'm Kofi Williams, Authentics from Nkoko. Constituency Connect is a good program, and I would be glad if you guys extend your boundaries out of Accra so that we can also share our concerns. Thanks, Banana. You are doing a great job. Thank you for your message. This one says, hi, I really like this show. I like the man sitting right there. I love to watch him. This is coming from, you didn't add your name, from Kanishi. You didn't add your name. Please, next time, do add your name to the message. I want to know if your guest is a traditional chief. If yes, I ask because chiefs are constitutionally barred from engaging in active politics in Ghana. If no, why does he always wear the wristband worn by chiefs? This is not what we are talking about. You didn't add your name, please. I think next time the question should be around what we are discussing. Thank you for your message. We do appreciate. Hi, Pan African TV. Your programs is always on my mind. God bless your work to grow from grace to grace. Aboka Steven inside Techiman Bono East. I love Nana so well. Okay, thanks for your message. I'm Imran from City of Diamond in Kumasi. It's my first time watching your program and I really love your guests. It's nice. Keep it up. Hashtag Constituency Connect. Thank you for your message. We do appreciate. This one says, that is my MPO. My name is Aisha from Odoko. Aisha, thanks for your message. We do appreciate. And so I think time is far gone, and so let me wrap up for this evening. But before we go, let me say a happy belated birthday to my father. Yesterday was his birthday. Mr. Jacob Tay, thank you so much. God bless you. My name is Ivy Abenadi Nakite.
Alright, so thank you, Ivy. Now, real quick, we are behind time. Let's look at the fourth.
Shouldn't we wish Ivy's father a happy birthday as well?
Oh, Ivy's father, we are wishing you a happy belated birthday.
There you go.
May you grow to be strong.
As for me, I don't believe in belated. Birthday is birthday.
Birthday is birthday.
You're afraid to go and buy him a gift.
Then let's look at the fourth message you have. You said, working for Okaikwei South local government's project. Okaikwei will be okay.
Yeah.
Let's look at that policy. What
You forgot to. It's hashtag Okaikwei will be okay. Yeah.
Okaikwei will be
we have to be funky about these things.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, so now to the issues that you saw on the ground.
Yes.
Sanitation, roads, all kinds of other things. Some people have issues with lights, and I talked about health facilities and all that. I've been an assembly member before. I was an appointee under President Kufuor's era. Now, not in Accra, but this was in my hometown area. Now, the thing that we all must begin to recognize is the power and effect of the unit committee member and the assembly member.
Okay.
When we begin to recognize them, and when we stop belittling their capacity, and recognize their role in our development, I'm telling you, then when somebody comes to stand in front of you and says, I will do this as MP, you'll be able to say that's not your business. And so you know whether the person is fit to do the job or not. In our case, we're recognizing that those local government representatives, the unit committee members and assembly members, are people we will partner. We're telling them that they should help us win the nomination, and therefore the public should be interested in us winning the nomination, because we will help make sure that the community develops and grows, and it is they who will be the key front holders. But when we've partnered, when Nana Fredia is MP, and all the assembly members, Ibrahim Ankra and Chief Edu, Michael Edu, and there's a gentleman called, his nickname is How Are You? He's Fred Asante. Wow. And a host of other people, and the J.K. Mensah, who's a unit committee, and Ambrose. You know, all of these people, Ziggy from Aveno, Pajo, that's his nickname, his real name is Alfred Asante, he's the presiding. When you've brought all of these people together and they're holding their positions, we sit and look at what has to happen. Then when I go to Parliament and I'm speaking on behalf of Okaikwei South, I truly know what I'm talking about. And the powers that be, who I'll be speaking to, will recognize that I know what I'm talking about, because these people will be sitting in the parliamentary gallery listening to what we have already agreed on. So now when they go to the assembly and I go with them, when they rise to speak, I support them. When we go into the community and we're dealing with the unit committee people, when they've rallied people, the MP and Nana Fredia is there, the assembly members are there backing the unit committee to reach out to the community. Can you imagine what will happen? Not overnight, but over a good period.
Okay, so we are behind time. So quickly, let's look at the fifth policy you've put together. You said industry for society, society for industry.
Yeah.
Mutual opportunity for mutual benefits.
Yeah. Yes. So I refer to the matter of the industry.
The industries around.
Yes.
Okay.
We, the constituency, must make the industry feel at home. The fact that they are situated there does not necessarily mean they feel at home. That particular thing is primarily that of the MP's responsibility, because you make them feel at home by knowing that they are there for them. In exchange, let them also recognize the society and come and support it. Provide internships for the young people, support community work, all those things. A lot of these industries, when you show substance, they'll back you.
Okay, Nana.
And it isn't everything that's money, or sometimes it's just the presence.
The presence.
Yes. It makes
Nana,
you feel good.
the set point, you said PSE development.
There's polling station, executive development. I need to make sure that when the party is strong on the ground,
strong MPP
yes,
ensures power.
Yes.
Okay.
And you know, MPP has to be in power for a very long time.
I like this.
You didn't smile.
Then I'm not supposed to smile to that.
Yeah.
He said hashtag 3 gives you 6 points
Yeah.
of success for Okaikwei South.
On the ballot paper, I'm number 3.
Okay.
There's 3 of us and I'm the 3rd. Asieho. When you say Asieho, then the response is Adide Denkwa. Why are you feeling naughty?
I'm feeling you right now.
Are you feeling naughty?
I'm feeling you right now.
Adide Denkwa. Yeah, it's only sweet things come from Asieho.
Asieho.
Yes.
I like that. I like that. So it means that you are promising your constituents sweet things.
Yeah, so these things are the sweet things that we're offering to the constituency through the delegates. So we're hoping that the delegates will see what we see.
Right.
And as you can, I'm sure you appreciate that I didn't bring you rocket science.
True.
These are opportunities at our fingertips. You need the person who understands and appreciates it in order to do that work. You need to have somebody who you can access. One of the things that came up was a matter of access. You need somebody you can access. I'm sure Pan-African TV, this is one of my homes.
Yeah.
I'm very, very, very hard-headed about my opinions, but I also listen. And it's important because it isn't about just you and me today. I don't know if you have children. You will, God willing, yes, and God will bless that. Now, what do you leave them? In my case, I'm not a very young person, so what am I leaving young people? Because my children are young people, and they will have children. If it weren't for our parents, would we be here? I don't know what your parents sacrificed for you to be here. We should appreciate that by leaving a legacy as well. You are a legacy of your parents. You must be a legacy. You must be a legacy for your children. So when you put all of that together, the motivation is strong. And so we need that type of leadership within our system.
Earlier you spoke about the 7th point, finally.
Which was the men thing. Remember I was saying that we seem to have left out men. And not all of them fit into the business bracket. So there's a men thing. For example, you might find somebody who's gone on retirement and yet very strong. Sure. He sits or she sits at home doing nothing. She could be a teacher. She needs resources. She could be at home teaching. And you can rally the community to support a teaching program for disenfranchised or children who don't come from wealthy homes. So you can get the community, and this is why you work with the assembly and unit committee people to bring them together and get an old person like that with experience to come and teach them. And you find the resources to take care of them. And because it's a community thing, and the community sees the value, if there are 100 homes in the neighborhood, and each one should give you 2 cedis in order to pay that person some kind of remuneration, you think it would be difficult?
It won't be.
And can you imagine all these children who would have gotten an education? So these are all doable things. They're all doable things.
All right, now I want to say a very big thank you to you for honoring our call to be here to have this discussion with us. I hope I got the name right. Nana Fridua Ajima Ofori Ata.
Nana Fridua Ofori Ata is fine.
Nana.
When I was in school, and this day I'm come to say, I hope the public doesn't know. I was in primary school. You know, they'll tell you when they graduate you from class 1 to class 2, you take a step back.
Yeah.
So that new people come in from here. So the headmaster says, Nana Fridua Ajima Ofori Ata. Class 1, he says, Nana Fridua Ajima. Then he adds, oh, because he said my name was too long for a little boy like that. So now I go to class 2. He says, Nana Fridua Ajima Ofori. Then the school says, oh, because then
it's too long.
So Nana Fridua is fine.
Nana Fridua. All right. Thank you very much for making time.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much. I appreciate
Finally,
this.
I want you to say something to your people.
Very well. So, I'm going to Panyafai. What about Pan-African TV? We are real blofuchi. Me ama we tree kebafutu. One kwenye here, Ghana kwenye here. Okaikwei South being kwenye here. Nye here power. Nye ba chong is anini biaya. Hini wo ya. Hini nana kufuado ke Ghana ya. Esa ne balakashi ibashi alo wabashi Okaikwei South yemi. Ninkwa fai. Nana Fridua Keba nyefi nyale nakai nichumo nefi kewo fi dane nkonye woni ni kanye dami kewo fi mistake njeli boni nye bafi ni wakai woni bi yesremo yedi ahobresere na ba monim so tumi na mo de yesremo no mo de hye so ayegum ani mo ase ye be ye adwuma no ama na ye mo hwe na mo nto aba no ne nko yie ka ba ko ya me di twato de enkran tuo house o ni nyina ye ba ko number 3 ase ho adede nko a ye be hia mo
adede nko a. So that was Nana Fedua Ajiman Ofori Ata, aspiring to become the parliamentary candidate of the New Patriotic Party representing the Okaikwei South Constituency. You know what to do when the time is up. Do what is needful. And so my name is Ivan Bands, and my outfit is by Niceness Clothing. This is where time will permit us. And until then, do enjoy the rest of our programs. My name. Bye.
And natural hair.
I am Mikesh Crown Salon. Now, keeping natural hair with dreadlocks, no idea when you make a boma, meno. Now, you who so share and I say maintenance and a lack of knowledge, no, and I'm the air me taika, a brofo, and a bruni, a low, a blowfui.